Hi, I am Rene, part of Kigali Kaftan, and we've been doing Kigali Kaftan for the past 4.5 years. So last year, we did a pop-up in Detroit, and the whole thing of how it actually came about, I met a friend 2 years before the pop-up. That was around, I think, 2023. And she happened to be from Detroit. She was in Kigali doing her PhD program. And I remember we had a great conversation around, and she was heading back. At the time, the brand was still a bit young. We were still trying to see how we can make it in Kigali. And 2 years later, when we're catching up and seeing how things are going, I actually told her that we were trying to expand into the US. And at the time, I remember a year before, in 2024, we had done Rwanda Day, which is a big event that meets, that brings up all the diaspora people in the US and Canada and all part of Europe and Rwandans. So, and I remember talking to the co-founder, Jack, saying, man, the experience was great, but we need to do more and we need to find a way to actually be present in this country, because at the time, we realized that there were a lot of Rwandans and African diasporas and African Americans and actually people from all over, I would say, the world. So what we wanted to actually do was, how can we bring the brand more and more, as we have been getting clients slowly from our shop that we have here in Kigali. So when we're talking and I was telling her the story of the expansion, she was like, say less, there's this big pop-up that happens every year in Detroit City. And, if it's something you would want to consider, there is an application that comes out every year to see how you can be part of. So she sent the link, and I think at the time it was around May 2025, and it was pretty much in sync with what we have been looking for. And so what happened was, we applied, we actually got accepted as the only African brand actually from the continent. There were other African vendors, but at the time we were the only African brand coming from the continent. So it was great. We did that. It was huge. It was more than 20,000 people actually got to show up. So I'll say the first thing actually that comes to mind when I rethink about the festival is that we got to connect genuinely with people. We got to learn about the history of Detroit. As you can see, I'm even rocking the Detroit hat, which means that, I'm a Detroiter right now. But yeah, we got to link up with people. We got to connect genuinely. They had to learn about our culture. We learned about the culture. And people were from all over the world. So I would say that it was a pretty huge success. If you look at it from vending perspective, we actually almost sold out all the products that we brought, which was something great. It was about in 3 days, I think, yeah. And, second, like I say, meaningful connections. Actually, fun fact, some of the people that were at the pop-up ended up coming to Kigali in Rwanda and, got to see how our operations go, came to the shop, bought more, spread the word, and that's why we're actually looking forward to be back again this year and, bring new stuff, new products that we've been working on for the past year, and find a way to even connect more, grow beyond, and actually, I'll be diving into more and I'll be showing you the new collection that we have, which is called Beyond Hakurya in Kinyarwanda, which basically is more about how do we bring everyone into this designing, thinking about everyone on this collection. So yeah, it was a great time. And after that, we also did other pop-ups in Dallas. We did a bit of San Francisco, had connections in New York as well, and we're looking forward to expanding all these occasions and opportunities to find a way to actually be more present and bring the products closer to the people, bring our story as Rwandans, the culture and everything, and find a way to, bring it up. Yeah, so the Africa World Festival, which again, we're part of last year, really inspired us to come up with this new collection. So the Africa World Festival had been there for 40 plus years. We actually also got an opportunity to meet the founder and getting to hear about the history, how the whole purpose of this festival is to bring together the African diasporas and, from all across the world, and actually have a mission to get to learn more about our roots and connect as a people, from the continent, but also from all over the world. So, and with that, it made me actually curious to also visit more creatives around the city, even outside the city in other states, which I would say really got to open my eyes, visiting museums, visiting basically like Avenue of Fashion and the other places as well. And as a creative, I would say that these are the things that inspires you to either come up with the next collection, the details and how you express yourself, or how you express, the next clothing that you're going to do. Because for me, clothes are not just, anybody can make clothes, but how do you make clothes that tell a story? A cloth that when I wear it with pride, right? So, and I would say that led us to create something, like I said, that is beyond the borders, something that someone from multiple cultures or different cultures, different background can wear and really feel proud, feel that connection from the root. So I'll be showing you, we have some of the pieces in the background, and basically what I would say is it's borderless, it's colorful, it's summertime, it's elegant, it's chic. So you find a lot of these elements in our new collection, and very much hope that people are gonna love it. Yeah, people are gonna love it. I already love them myself, so. And I think there's gonna be people who are going to relate to it. We've seen it with our last collections that we have done. And yeah, and the great thing I would say about these pieces, it's not very much replicated. It's something that there's only a few pieces out there that if you have it, you're not gonna find very many people wearing the same thing. So yeah, I'm so excited about this year. Again, it's happening July 8th to the 10th. And I know so many people are gonna come through to support, just to see, to connect, to have meaningful conversations, and as exploring our culture. So I can't wait to see you there. So if someone was coming to the pop-up for the first time, what would I want them to leave with? It's a beautiful one. So of course, a piece of clothes, yeah? But it goes beyond that, to be honest. When you basically get to understand how everything was made in that cloth, there's a story, like I said. I want you to leave with understanding the root of where this comes from, the background, which we're from Kigali. I want you to understand Kigali, Rwanda. I want you to understand a bit about our culture. I want you to basically have meaningful connections, get to travel, get to learn, be open, because we had to come to Detroit to basically showcase this. So we had to travel 1,000 miles away. So I want people to basically go outside your shell, really get to experience life in different, meanings of it, and love, and, spread love across the world, man. That's what I would want. Yeah. Thank you.